US equities markets rose since our last report, and in today's report we are going to examine fundamentals which may have contributed to the rise of US equities and conclude with a technical analysis of S&P 500's daily chart. The main catalyst behind the rise of US stock markets on Monday was the announcement of the US-Sino trade deal. Negotiations between the US and China over the weekend, which we had noted in last week's report, proved to be productive. The deal includes a substantial lowering of tariffs which the two countries have imposed on each other's goods and is to be in effect for 90 days. Any further indications of a thawing of a US-Sino trade tensions could enhance the bullish effect on US stock markets, as it would be easing market worries, intensifying the risk on orientation of the market. The release of April's US CPI rates yesterday left stock market traders widely unimpressed, yet caused substantial headlines. Despite headlines in the media mentioning a downward surprise by the release, we tend to see a rather muted release, with rates implying a possible persistence of inflationary pressures in the US economy. Should we see Fed policymakers intensifying their doubts for the necessity of extensive rate cuts, we may see their stance weighing on US stock markets, as the market's anticipation for an easing of the Fed's tight monetary policy may be even further enhanced. Nvidia's share price is rallying in the pre-market hours, with the rise being fueled by a deal with Saudi Arabian company Humane. Nvidia is reportedly to provide 18,000 of its most advanced chips to the Saudi company. For the time being, we tend to see the case for the bullish outlook of the Nvidia's share price to be maintained. On the flip side, German automaker Volkswagen seems to be caught between conflicting fundamentals. On the one hand, the company's CFO stated to the FT that the historic restructuring of the company may not be enough, while on the other hand, the news that China has released first rare earth magnet export permits with Volkswagen suppliers being on the list is cited as a substantial positive for the company's share price. Despite the correction lower today of Volkswagen's share price, we tend to maintain our bullish outlook for the German automaker. S&P 500 rallied over the past week in a continuous upwards motion and is currently testing the 5,900 resistance line. We tend to maintain our bullish outlook for the indexes as long as its price action remains above the upward trend line guiding the index. Should the bulls maintain control, we may see it breaking the 5,900 resistance line and start aiming for the all-time high level marked by the 6,140 resistance barrier. Should the bears find a chance and take over, we may see the index reversing course, initially breaking the pre-mentioned upward trend line and continue to break the 5,710 support line, with the next possible target for the bears being set at the 5,520 support line. Those were the top financial stories for this hour. From all of us here at Iron FX, we wish